Good evening, traders. It is late Wednesday night, August 4th, 2010, and doing a market video. We'll try to do these a little more consistently. Kind of had some personal things going on in my life recently, and haven't really had a lot of things that go on awry in my personal life. So I haven't really had a set schedule and whatnot. But anyway, the market's been going up. My last post, I didn't say I was bullish. I still am bullish. I think we're going to take out the 113.20 area on the SPY. Probably within the next, probably tomorrow. We should take it out. I was kind of watching the end of the day today to see if we would close above it. Gonna look at some charts here and give you a little bit of a basis for what I'm thinking. As you look here at the SPY hourly chart, you can see we broke the downtrend here from the previous the 113 previous high, and we rallied. We came down to 101 on the SPY. We rallied up to 110, pulled back to 106, and then we powered through, and now we're at we closed at 112.97 on this chart. You can see that we have a little bit of a negative divergence setting up here from the 110 level. We have three lower highs on the RSI, and you got potentially 3 lower highs on the MACD. And the stochastic is turning up, but it's a 78 and 73 reading, so we're getting a little overbought, and it's getting a little risky. What I think is going to happen though first is I think the market is going to break the 113.20 previous high first, and from that point it could go. I'm looking for the 115.44 area, which is I believe that was the gap down from the previous sell-off a couple months ago. So that would be my near-term target. From there, maybe it might be an area to take some profits, but I'm not sure at this time if that's going to be an area where the market sells off or not. I'm actually right now, as you look here on the daily, you can see we had the bullish cross of the 18 above the 45. The 200 day is actually let me see here. 200 day I believe is 200 days is 1114.86. 45 days 1084.73. So really, until that crosses above the 200 day, you still have the death cross, which is the some people say the 50 below the 200. So even if we rally here, it could be short-lived, and that 45 will never cross the 200 day. So that would be the case if we have a light volume melt up here in August. Then we could wind up pulling back and starting to sell off soon. Another scenario could be we break out and then we do go up to the 1150-60 area, and then we come back and consolidate, and then we wind up going to new highs, and starting a new uptrend. We could wind up going to, there's a broadening top scenario where you could wind up going to about 1250 and topping there. So that scenario is something. And then there's another scenario where You could go up and challenge the old highs in the S&P, which is around 1,500. So you got to keep everything in mind. The volume has been a little on the light side the last few days, so it's something to watch out for. Another thing to watch out for is the VIX. One of the reasons why I've been bullish is I saw that this VIX was breaking down. A couple weeks ago, I saw these candles right here as I'm pointing. There was 3 candles in a row where it, basically went up and touched the 18-day and came down, and then you had the strong rejections with the bearish red candles, and pretty much we've been rejected at the 18-day ever since. And now we are embedded. We were embedded to the downside. We popped up, and now we've come back down. And it looks like this market is threatening to run down along with the Bollinger Band. If you look at the VIX hourly, you can see that the VIX hourly is below the 18 period. You have the MACD's turning down, the histogram's ticking down, and the stochastic turned up and got rejected, in the 60 area, and now it's coming back down. So that jives with the market heading down early tomorrow. So, and you're in perfect bearish alignment in the near term, which is 18 below to 45, below to 100. So this is something to watch out for. Another thing to look at, if you're bullish, this dollar index, as the dollar's been falling, the market's generally been able to find somewhat of a bottom. You are embedded to the downside in the dollar market. You have a 7 and a 5 reading. The MACD, as you can see, is still trending down. The histogram is ticking up, though, after today's rally. You're very oversold with the RSI. You don't have any positive divergences setting up. You did have a bounce at the 200-day moving average, which is in this area. So that's probably the reason for the bounce. One of the things I've been bullish at, had an interesting day today, is silver. I have a long position right now in PAS. My positions right now: PAS long, GLD long, and Intel long. I displayed those positions a couple weeks ago. I still been tinkering with the positions a little bit, but generally I still have the same position. You had the 18 cross below to 145, but right now the price is above all 3 moving averages. You had a rally today. You went to a higher high, but you wound up closing negative, down 11 cents at the end of the day. You have the MACD crossover there, but you're below the 0 line. Histogram still ticking up, but you're getting a little overbought with a 79.69 reading. This market is going to be very interesting. What happens tomorrow, in the next couple of days? If you can consolidate above these moving averages and get the bullish crossover back above, this market's going to go much higher, and I believe that we will finally see a breakout to new highs in the silver market. The dollar chart also jives with the dollar chart, which is showing a lot of weakness there. You want to pay attention to this chart. You want to pay attention to the dollar, VIX. Look at the SPY, see if we break out above 113.20. If we don't tomorrow, there's a good chance we're going to get a sell-off, but I think we will break above it tomorrow. Have a good night. This is going to be my one video for tonight. It's a little late, but I just wanted to get something rolling again. Wednesday, August 4th. Have a good night.